Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is a one light project, and if you want to find out how I did this, you'll have to stick around to the rest of the video. You'll find out what a reed switch is. So I purchased 2 resin prints from Insightful Imagery, and I really like the way they turned out. Even though these are his prototypes, I bought them not only because I like supporting other artists and I appreciate the work from other people, but I really wanted to take, my own, I wanted to turn these into, my own project. And for the amount that I was charged, 25 bucks a piece, it's really not a bad deal. So you get a blank canvas to work on. And I added one light to this, and I went through a series of different paint schemes, like I'm about to show you here. I did try out that Molotov pen. In the end, I ended up with, a glitter bomb like this. And I really wasn't crazy about the actual spray paint because it's really thick and messy. But I do like the effect that it leaves behind once it's fully dry. But I had to take a different approach so that I didn't erase or cover up all of that glitter, all that sheen that I wanted to show through. Now, when I was a kid, there was a lot of these rides that were outside the supermarkets or department stores. You'd put a coin in that slot and it would give you a short little ride for about 2 minutes. Now, this resin model reminds me very much of those days. And this is exactly what the artist intended to do, to bring back some of those memories. Now, if you look at his page, Insightful Imagery, you'll see what he did with his. And like I said, I did play around with the Molotov pen. I do like it, and then I don't like it. But we'll get back to that at another episode. I bought 2 of them from him, and I finished each one a little bit different. And yes, I do have a DC theme behind each one. But what I want to show you is the highlights of what I did to make it look, a little bit more interesting than the last project. Now, if you look here, that pen leaves a beautiful sheen, that chrome pen. However, the downside is that you do have to let it dry for not just hours, but days at a time before you can handle it. And even then, that chrome sheen can dissipate because of the oils on your hand. So you will have to, seal it so that your oils on your hand don't destroy it. In the end, this is what I ended up with. Like I mentioned, I turned it into a glitter bomb. I added some Tamiya transparent colors, like the green. Now that purple is a Tamiya transparent color, but I had to thin it down even more with the clear Tamiya transparent paint because it was just too dense of a pigment. So I actually took a clear, fresh bottle and I tinted it to the purple that I wanted because I did not want to erase the glitter effect. Now to the front end, I added the dark Tamiya translucent paint. Here is what I used to light up that actual rocket, the 4056C. And yes, it's a rechargeable board. You use a rechargeable battery and it's magnet based, so you can actually recharge it via a magnet instead of having to stick a USB-C into that slot. But that magnet also activates the switch. Now, this is what I used to activate the switch. Well, this is the switch. It's called a reed switch, or some would call it a proximity sensor, and it is magnet activated. There is no need to touch the switch at all. Now take a look at where I hid the switch on this one. It's in the foot of the figure. You drill out a small hole, carve it out, put in a 3mm magnet, and super glue it in, and that's it. This is the switch, the actual figure itself. So you can put it onto any figure you want, or just roll a magnet in there, either way. But take a look. The figure is the actual switch. So you take it out, you put it back in, and it activates the light. And that light, by the way, is a filament, a LED filament that I bought off of eBay for just a couple bucks. Once you thread it in there, you put it behind that actual, nose of the rocket, hide it, and all you see is the glow. You don't see the actual filament. So you take it out, it's off, you push it back in, and it will light up for you. And again, you can add that magnet to any figure you want, or on a small block and just throw the magnet in there. I like the way this looks because I can activate it at will. So this is the finished product here. I did not add a light to the exhaust because I wanted to keep it simple and show you what just one light can do to make a difference. I really like the way this turned out. I have another one to finish. It's going to be totally different. But in any case, I hope this video gives you some other ideas to follow on and produce your own projects. It doesn't have to be a superhero or an action figure itself. It can be another inanimate object. So I'll leave you with the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know in those comments below, and we'll see you next time.